Hey, what's up everybody? Justin with the Away in the Wilderness channel. Just out here, was finally able to get back out and do some filming today. So I'm out at a lake that I really enjoy coming to with a little hammock camp set up with a tarp over top. Yeah, just kind of hanging out today. Been dealing with a knee injury recently, which I posted about, which has really had me out of commission. Yeah, I was really struggling to get around, but my knee feels great today, so I was able to hike in and get everything set up. And so yeah, I'm out here just kind of hanging out, and figured that I would film a couple videos while I was out here. Obviously I'm filming the hammock camp trip, but I wanted to make a couple other videos while I was out here. So I figured, kind of spur the moment, that I would share with you guys what I keep on my person, in my pockets really. I've done a lot of gear loadout videos with haversacks, belt pouches, my sling pack that I pretty much carry with me every single day, whether I'm in the city or anywhere else. So if you haven't seen any of those videos, go check those videos out if you would. It really helps the algorithm. And again, so this is something that I'm always going to have in my pockets. Not exactly the same items, but something very similar, the same category of items that I keep in my pockets. So I'm going to go ahead and just jump right into it. So right here, today when I'm out, in this right cargo pocket, just a orange cotton bandana. And this bandana could be used for so many things. In fact, I just used it a minute ago to grab the pot out of the fire after I got through hiking in today. I used it to wipe a lot of the spider webs off me. Unfortunately, there's still a lot of spider webs on the trail today. So but you could use this obviously in a high visibility orange. You could use it as a waypoint marker if you wanted to hang this in a tree and scout around, something that you'd be able to see to find your way back to camp. Just a multitude of things you could use this for. So always keep one of these in my pocket. Along with that, in that same pocket, just a Swiss Army knife. This could obviously be a multi-tool, whatever you choose, but some kind of a cutting tool. And honestly, the two main things that I use on here, and the reason I like this one specifically, this is the Ranger Wood 55, I believe. But it's a really big size. If you could see the size of it, it's about the, pretty good size in the hand, which means it has a really good solid blade on it, a really big blade for a Swiss Army knife. So, and it's a locking blade, which I really like. So, has the big blade on it. And to be honest, what I probably use more than anything is this small little saw. In fact, I just used it to cut down this little branch to hang my pot over the fire when I was making my coffee. But yeah, so some kind of a cutting tool is always going to be in my pocket as well. And over here on the left side, just two things in that one. A small thing of cordage, just a small little hank of paracord. Sometimes it's a bank line or something like that, just some kind of cordage. And really, for the most part, I use this to kind of hang my pack up. If I needed to run a guy line or something like that, and I didn't want to mess around with getting back in my pack to put a stake in the ground, I could use this. In the event of an emergency, it could be used for an emergency tourniquet. You kind of hear both ways. A lot of people don't recommend it, but in the event of an emergency where you absolutely needed something to stop a bleed, I think it would work. But again, God forbid that ever would happen. But if it did, it's just nice to have, and it's just convenient. You can use this for a makeshift pulley to get your pot out of the fire, or whatever the case may be. A lot of things you can do with a spare piece of cordage. And the last thing, obviously high visibility as well. You can see with the orange, this is the Strike Force by Ultimate Survival Technologies. And this is just an emergency fire starter that I keep in my pocket. And it's just a small ferro rod, I guess short ferro rod. It's pretty thick, but it's a really solid ferro rod. It's in there really well. A lot of these ferro rods that are attached to plastic have a tendency to break. I've seen that before. I broke them myself. But yeah, it's just a small little striker along with the ferro rod, and this thing really rains sparks down. And so that works in conjunction with this bottom part here. Has a little compartment that you can keep some quick fire tinders. These are going to be things that I'm not going to have to mess around. They're just there for an emergency. They're going to burn for quite a while, so I'm not going to have to worry about getting the fire started when I absolutely needed it, or if I absolutely needed it. Again, God forbid that would happen, but if it did, it's nice to know that you have something that you have a sure way of getting a fire started, even if you're dealing with marginal materials. So I keep that in there, and just a way to start a fire if you ever needed it. And really, honestly, these items that I keep in my pocket, a lot of times I have a Bic lighter. I actually don't have one in my pockets today, but they're more often than not, they're just used for convenience. You know, it's nice to know, again, that you have them in your pocket if you ever were to absolutely need them. But I mean, I use this to start the fire when I just made my coffee, because it was right there. Tore up a little piece of jute twine, got a fire going real quick. It was just easy right there in my pocket. Like I said, I use this to cut down that little branch to hang my pot. Use this to pull it off of the fire. I mean, they're really just convenience items to have in your pocket, but they double as survival items if you ever were to need them. So again, just a real short video. If you guys have any suggestions, I do not claim to know it all. You know, to be honest with you, I grew up in the city. I have not done this for very long. I've got into this over the last handful of years. And to be honest, I don't get out as much as I would like to. But yeah, so if you have suggestions, you know, I didn't come up with this. I'm sure a lot of you guys carry similar things. I didn't come up with the reasoning behind it. So yeah, I'm open to suggestions. If you guys carry any unique items or anything like that, leave that in the comment section below. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like this type of content, go check out the other videos on the channel. And I greatly appreciate all of the support in hitting 1,000 subscribers. I'm just kind of blown away that it happened this quickly. But I'm gonna really try and put out a lot more content from here on out. And so be looking for the next video, and I'll see you guys there. God bless and have a good day.